This is BNN, the most trusted name in nonsense. Hello and welcome. We are back, the Dullards Club, for this episode. But we've got a special topic tonight, and today, and that topic is drive-in movies, or drive-ins just in general.
Let's all go to the movies.
What kind of memories does that conjure up for you?
Oh, lots of them. I remember the first movie I ever saw at a drive-in.
Okay.
I think I was 6. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was 1961.
Who was the star of that? Do you remember? I remember the song.
Well,
Lee
there was
Marvin.
John Wayne,
Yeah.
Lee Marvin, Jimmy Stewart. And I forget who the female lead was.
Wow. Put a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you I probably couldn't tell you any movies I saw at a drive-in. I know we went, but usually when we went, we had a local drive-in literally down the street where the now Stop and Shop is. My older brother worked there for a while, but the only recollection I have of going to that drive-in theater was with the parents who would pack us up in the back of the station wagon and have the fold-down seats just in case we fell asleep, which invariably we did. But they were always sort of PG or G movies. That's the extent of my memory. We had the Skyview Drive-In in Brockton, which was the only other local drive-in, and they were more inclined to play the R-rated movies. So if I went there, it was with that sole purpose in mind, to see something like that on a big screen. Is it my imagination? Did it seem like every drive-in always played double features?
I don't know about that.
Really? Okay, because it seemed like, the first movie, Summertime, is like at 7:30. It's not even dark yet, so that they could play the second one at 9 or wherever. But those are my memories, my only real memories of the drive-ins.
We haven't heard from you yet, Pat. Do you have a drive-in story?
First off, when you talked about Liberty Valance, I was caught up in the way that movie unfolded and who actually killed Liberty Valance and the rest of it. And I mean, that was an early drive-in movie for me. One movie I remember, and this is another situation where my mother took me to the movie. It's called The Russians Are Coming.
Oh, God, The Russians Are Coming. The Russians are coming twice, right?
Right. It's with
Alan Arkin?
Alan Arkin was in that movie. He played a Russian submarine commander.
Yeah.
And I remember the big scene in that movie was when they were told how to clear the streets so that people wouldn't know that a Russian submarine was coming into this, Cape Cod little harbor.
So weird.
It was emergency. Emergency.
I remember
everybody to get from street. and that was supposed to clear the street. Anyway, I remember that particular episode, but I don't remember any of the classic drive-in movies that people talk about. The
Three-Legged Man from Outer Space or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And Rich, you talked about one the other day, which was an absolute classic.
Yeah, the thing with two heads with Rosie Greer and was it Ray Milland?
Ray Milland.
Did you notice they spelled Rosie Greer's name wrong in the poster?
Yeah, but he probably didn't notice. But,
either that or he asked for it intentionally.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie.
But what a step down for Ray Milland. I mean, I think he was either nominated or won the Oscar for Lost Weekend or something like that.
Oh, so this was after he was.
Oh, yeah.
He was cashing in at that
he
point.
Was at that
and I don't think he was cashing in very much.
To pay.
He owed someone a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he didn't get paid very much for that one. But what I noticed about that movie, and I have watched a couple of them since we started talking about this, is there's always this long, ridiculous, time-consuming chase scene.
Yeah.
If you watch the thing with two heads, it goes on for like 15, 20 minutes of him.
You don't even
riding a motorcycle with two heads, and you just see him in the distance, this two-headed thing bopping along on a motorcycle, and police cars crashing.
But you had a good point, Pat. The funniest part about it was the poster that said they transplanted the head of a bigot onto a soul brother.
Oh my God, that was really in the poster?
Oh yeah. There's
your audience for you, man. You get both ends.
There were times when you used to hide in the trunk or in the back of a pickup or something. Right. And I did that once when I was in the Marine Corps. I was down in Memphis, and I was staying with a fellow Marine at his friend's place. And somebody said, let's go to the movies. And, it was a drive-in. So the father of this family said, all right, everybody pile in the back and hide, and we'll get in for free and blah, blah, blah. And anyway, the movie was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It was called Murph the Surf with Robert Conrad. And it's about a guy who's like a cat burglar, and he goes around stealing all this stuff. But it was a grade B- C+ kind of movie. It was terrible.
Perfect drive-in fare.
Do you remember, did they charge by the car full or by the people in the car? Like three people?
It depended on the theater, I think.
Okay.
In this case, they were charging by people, so that's why we hid in the back.
And that cheesy, stupid speaker that not most people, a lot of people drove off with in their windows still.
Do you remember the big leap in technology when they switched from being able to tune in it on AM or FM?
Yeah, that was weird, but it's like the people who seem to go to the drive-ins were either families who brought their little kids so they'd fall asleep and they could forget about it, teenagers who either wanted to make out, or somebody who was just a little bit older than that wanted to see if he could sneak a six-pack of beer in because nobody's going to watch him drink it. I don't remember anybody going for the movie.
I know that I have bought something at a drive-in, but I can't imagine buying anything edible.
Well, it wasn't edible, but it was meant to be. That was the high point of the movie. Between movies, again, or I don't think there was any. Well, there was an intermission.
People there too. I mean, that you would interact a little bit with other human beings.
I don't know if I'd interact with those people, but other than the workers. But you had, the candy. You had. I remember the pizza and those sort of aluminum foil wrapped hot dogs and hamburgers that have been sitting there since the previous Ice movie, probably.
Since the previous Ice Age.
Well, that could be too.
So I think we've pretty much exhausted the drive-in movie genre. I do have something here though. It's kind of new. It's the Dullards Club phone line. If you happen to be perusing this particular podcast and you think, this is one they should have mentioned, then they didn't, and I don't feel like going online because, well, apparently nobody does. I'm going to call them up and I'm going to register a complaint. And this is the number you have.
Okay.
It's 804-322-9483. I'll give it to you one more time. Write it down and put it in your contact list.
I'll put it on the screen.
Okay, there you go. 804-322-9483. It's the Dullards Club phone line, I guess. It takes care of the movies and the drive-ins, but I guess that's my gripe that I have, because it's time for a gripe.
Right.
Is I just never can come up with a gripe.
Are you still on that same gripe, huh? That's the same gripe you've had for a while.
I've had the gripe for a while, and it's just like,
just
why do we have to come up with it? Every once in a while, we should just transition from this right into a joke.
No, because usually Rich and I are bitching about something. You just don't have any gripes.
Well, what are you bitching about?
Well, my gripe is the customer service is dead. It's just like so ridiculous. It's just lip service in all the marketing, but when it comes right down to it, it's the lowest bidder, some third world country, people who speak English as a second language, and that's their offering to people who claim that they're really customer focused, and it's a lot of bullshit.
You would think AI would be better than that. I mean, than the one or two operators that are standing by. Meanwhile, they're basically handling 1,000 calls coming in, and they're telling you that we're getting more calls than usual. So please be patient.
Please be patient. I do like what they started doing and said, if you don't want to wait, we'll call you back. And they'll do that. They're pretty good about doing that when they do that. I'm going to piggyback on Rich's gripe, which is a recurring gripe for me, recurring insofar as I think we discussed it in one of the season 1 episodes. But it reared its ugly head again when we went grocery shopping this past weekend. And it's basically the inability of baggers to grasp the concept of bagging groceries adequately, properly, well, and it goes.
The potatoes do not go on top of the bread
or the eggs. Yeah, and it's not even. It's really where it piggybacks onto yours, Rach. It sort of dawned on us there's inability or not being trained properly. And then there's the I don't give a shit attitude. The people who were doing it, she could not have cared less. She'd bring her own bags, and it's like...
Oh, of course she couldn't have cared less. Her job is bagger.
I took pride when I did that. Come on, man. Did you? And it's funny, I found it's usually a generational thing.
Look at that business card, will you?
No, I know, but... This happened, at this same store, we actually one time got a good bagger. I said, I'm at the end waiting to sort of keep an eye on it. It was an older woman, middle-aged woman, and I said, holy mackerel.
Young woman then.
Yeah, you've done this before. She goes, oh yeah, it's like Tetris. You really got to make things fit. And I said, God bless you. Why don't you train the other friggin' people?
Like I said, before we started recording, I was complaining about my bank.
Right.
And I was talking to this customer relations manager guy after I had harangued the manager, and I said, even if I was totally in the wrong, you would expect that some company or employee of a company that was customer focused would at least come up and say, I'm sorry we didn't meet your needs. We're sorry to see you go. I got nothing.
And on that happy note...
Yeah, I think it's definitely time for a joke.
Okay.
What would you consider this joke time? Anyone got one?
I got one.
But
I know Rich is going to have one.
Mine's a quickie, so...
Okay, go with yours, Rich.
All right. Why do chicken coops have 2 doors? No?
Why do they have 2 doors? I don't know.
Pat?
I'm stumped.
Because if they had 4 doors, it would be a chicken sedan.
A chicken coupe.
I like that. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. That's sort of a Henny Youngmanish kind of thing. All right, I've got one. It's a short one. Don't worry about it. A little boy wanted $100 very, very badly and prayed for weeks, but nothing happened. Then he decided to write God a letter requesting the $100. Well, when the postal authorities received the letter to God USA, they decided to send it to the president. While the president was so amused that he instructed his secretary to send the little boy a $5 bill. The president figured this would appear to be a lot of money to the little boy. Well, the little boy was delighted with the $5 bill and sat down to write a thank you note to God, which read, Dear God, thank you very much for sending the money. However, I noticed that for some reason you sent it through Washington, D.C., and those assholes deducted $95 in taxes.
God damn it. That's a good one. That's a good one. I've got one little one and one big one.
Okay.
All right, and this one goes back to our drive-in discussion. Why did the 2 blondes freeze to death at the drive-in movie?
I'm sure I'm going to laugh when I hear the answer, but I can't think of it now.
They went to see the movie closed for the winter.
That's pretty good, actually.
Okay, here we go. I was learning to drive in the winter, and my dad told me, if you're ever lost in the snow, wait for a snowplow and then follow it. So one cold, snowy night, I got lost on my way home. The snow was blowing very fast and piling up really high, and I couldn't see any of the street signs. It was so high. And so with no map in my car, and I couldn't get cell service, I thought I might be stranded. So then I pulled over to the side of the road. I was on the side of the road, and breaking through the flurries, I saw the headlights of a plow in my rearview mirror. And thanking my lucky stars, I turned and followed the truck, hopeful that it would lead me back somewhere that I recognized. So I followed the truck for what seemed like hours. He turned left, I turned left. He swung to the right, I was right on his tail. And after a while, I saw brake lights from the plow, followed by four-way flashers. The plow had stopped, and I saw the driver get out and approach my car, and I rolled down the window to talk to him. He said, "Why are you following me, kid?" He says, "Well, my dad told me that if I was ever lost in a snowstorm, I should wait for a plow and then follow it." "Well," said the plow driver, "I just finished clearing the Target parking lot. If you want to follow me over to Best Buy, I'll be doing that one next." Okay. So that does it for joke time.
Yay!
What does that leave us? Oh, my goodness. It's time to stump the Dullards.
There you go. I'm going to start with mine because it has a little to do with last week's episode in this discussion about the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
But I found in my research, this was, I thought, a pretty good stumper. We all know from watching all these episodes of the Stooges, there was one particular episode was the only episode that they did not use Moe, Larry, and Curly as their names. Do you remember the name of the episode and what the names were that they used? Oddly enough, we discussed it in that episode about the Stooges. We spent some time on it. It was the Woman Haters.
Okay.
The
yes.
Woman Haters, if you recall, and that's why I asked, is that the only... I remember them not using it, and it threw me for a loop watching it. And the other interesting part is the only short film where Larry was basically the star, was the lead character. But do you remember what their names were? If you remember that was the episode, you might not remember their names.
No, I'm drawing a blank.
Moe was Tom, Larry was Jim, and Curly was Jackie. I thought that was fascinating, and
That is amazing.
File that
I got
away.
a stumper for you.
Yep.
And it goes back to our drive-in theme. Which Three Stooges movie is actually, so we've got drive-in and Three Stooges. I'm really tying things together today. Which Three Stooges movie was explicitly made for drive-in audiences?
Have Rocket Will Travel. No.
This is 1962's The Three Stooges Meet Hercules.
Ah,
Jesus. That was made for the drive-in?
It was made. Well, it was made for the drive-in because they knew nobody would actually pay to go to a movie theater.
It couldn't have gone into regular theaters. It would have bombed.
It must have been the second feature.
There were several of them, and I think the one that Rich mentioned earlier, the rocket one.
Have Rocket Will Travel?
Yeah, Have Rocket Will Travel was also in that.
Might have been a triple feature.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you got, Rich?
All right, here's my stumper. In 1952, the president of Israel died.
Mm-hmm.
The position is largely ceremonial because most of the, if not all of the power was held by the prime minister. At that time, they offered the job to a particular person who turned it down. Who was that person?
Wow. Okay. This requires some actual knowledge of history.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Which is, this is kind of out of our sweet spot. Not Milton Berle.
No, but you know what? We laughed, but I was trying to think of some prominent Jewish American actor or something, but...
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. He was not an actor.
Okay.
That's not a hint. That only opens up the possibilities to the rest of the world.
Well, he was very prominent. Not a singer, not a movie star, not a TV star.
But we would know the name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't know the name. And that's
well, we will recognize the name.
Not know this name.
We will
recognize
recognize
the
the name. Can you give? Is this one you could give us initials without giving it away?
Or just give us another clue that might lead us.
See if I can give you
narrow
another
it
clue.
down a little bit.
His claim to fame came many years before 1952.
Before Einstein, Albert Einstein.
Ding 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 ding.
Wow,
that's correct.
No kidding.
It's a largely ceremonial role, and he's a prominent Jewish...
prominent for sure, yeah.
The most famous, maybe the most famous person, not just the most famous Jewish person. But
that's true.
Yeah.
Wow, good for me. I'll take it.
Good for you.
I needed that hint,
Great
though.
job, Don.
I needed that hint.
All right, we're out of here anyway. Thank you very much for watching, listening.
Give us that phone number again.
Hey, if you have something you want to share with us, here's a telephone number that will take your message and give you the proper level of customer support. It's 804-322-9483. 804-322-9483. That's the Dullards Club help
Dullards
line.
are standing by.
There you go. And we speak English.
I think they may be sitting, but whatever case. We'll see you later. Have a great week, and we'll be back at the next available opportunity.
It's happy 250th.
I'll go check my reflecting pool.
All right,
Bye.
Fabersham.
Bye.